Now on CoastTV News.
Parking plans in Fenwick Island. What is getting proposed right now? Paving problems. Why a project decades in the making on Rehoboth Avenue is causing controversy. Back to school on Delmarva. A big initiative at Indian River.
Along with the breeze, a real chill is in the air for Wednesday morning. I'll show you just how low we'll go with your full forecast coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
Traffic in Fenwick Island drawing an extra set of eyes. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight with Fenwick Island's Business Committee discussing possible parking changes. Some stores in town are busy at night, leaving little to no free parking spaces outside certain businesses. And so some employees and paying customers only have one option for parking: metered spaces. CoastTV News reporter Kevin Zappé explains how this can be an issue and what ideas the committee has to solve it.
Driving into Fenwick Island and putting your car in park to enjoy some waves or to go shopping and grab a bite. But if all the designated parking spots are full, you'll have to park in the metered parking. Greg DeRoche admits parking can be limited, especially in the summer.
The parking on the east side of Bunning Avenue, during the season, there's usually lots of cars in this area.
With some businesses having an influx of people come during the night, it's not uncommon to see lots full, which is why Fenwick Island's Business Committee is discussing possible changes to ensure all parking spaces are utilized. Kurt Zanalotti, who's the head of the Fenwick Island Business Committee, explains what changes might be coming.
The parking permit is required, or metered parking is required from 8:30 until 10 o'clock at night. One of the Business Concerns Committee members asked if we could change the parking from that to 8:30 to 5 p.m. so there would be free parking after 5 p.m.
However, not everyone is on board with this idea. Fenwick Island Mayor Natalie Magdeburger explains how metered parking during those times bring in revenue, which helps cover the cost of their parking inspector, who makes sure everyone in Fenwick is parked correctly. Although the mayor doesn't agree with these changes, she's open to possibly having 1 or 2 days of free parking between 5 and 10 p.m. While the committee and council members are still discussing what changes people may be seeing next summer, DeRoche has faith in whatever they decide.
I got a lot of confidence in this town council and in our leadership.
The Fenwick Island Business Committee has yet to make any changes to parking in Fenwick Island, but said they will be discussing it further during their next meeting. I'm Kevin Zappé in Fenwick Island, CoastTV News.
Thank you, Kevin. Now here's some traffic news to have on your radar, especially if you drive Route 1. In Milford, there's a pipe replacement project starting tonight. Work is happening on Route 1 between Frederica and Milford, and there's going to be some lane shifts during this time. DelDOT says 2 lanes in each direction will both be maintained on the southbound roadway. After nearly 20 years, Rehoboth Avenue will be repaved in a matter of weeks. However, this has sparked concerns from many businesses. Rudolph Gonzalez works at RB Convenience at Rehoboth Avenue, and while he's worried about parking for customers, he says the weeks-long project just isn't fair to locals.
Well, I think it's unfair to them because they take advantage of the free parking. Sometimes, a lot of the parents, while the kids are in school, they take advantage of coming out here, have lunch and stuff. So.
The work is expected to start around October 1st, and the city says they hope to have the work done before winter. And that brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know what aspect of repaving Rehoboth Avenue this fall concerns you the most. Let's take a look at the results so far. 20% say the traffic disruptions, 38% say parking restrictions, 4% say overnight noise, and 38% say how long it's going to take. If you haven't voted yet, you can still do that at coasttv.com or on our mobile app. The Indian River School District is reminding parents there will be breakfast served every day at school. It's for purchase, but families can apply for free or reduced price meals. Just submit a meal benefit form. Indian River reminds parents there is no breakfast on days where there is a delay. Maryland is working to keep drinking water flowing clean. The Maryland Department of the Environment is set to find and remove lead sources in drinking water, and this is specifically for schools and child care facilities. Lead, of course, can harm children's mental and physical development. slowing down learning, even causing damage to the brain. The work in Maryland is made possible by a $332,000 grant from the EPA. Let's go ahead and take a live look right now outside into Cambridge. Stunning view there on this Tuesday. And we'll check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams on our First Alert weather. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Maddie. And if you want to be that amateur meteorologist that can always say, well, I can tell what pressure system's in play for right now when the sky is that clean or this clean, we're talking high pressure and full control of our weather and lots of sunshine and hardly any to no kind of chance of precipitation bothering us during most seasons except for winter. So our Hershey's exterior camera, we're at Ocean City and 70 degrees with the winds right now out of the east-northeast at about 8 miles per hour. Now we're going to settle into the 60s pretty quickly under clear skies. Now, a real chill is on the way for tonight. I mean, we had a low of 60 degrees in Georgetown today, but look at these other lows. 55 in Salisbury and Easton, 59 in Cambridge, Wallops Island, 63 for the starting point in Ocean City. We still have some breezy conditions. That also makes it feel a bit cooler. So we have the small craft advisory still active off of the Sussex coast until 8 o'clock for this evening. Coming up, we're going to talk about even lower temperatures for tomorrow morning, Maddie.
Thank you. Saying he does not think Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is doing enough to secure a deal to free hostages from Hamas, President Biden could be on the verge of offering a take-it-or-leave-it ceasefire proposal. As NBC's Tracy Wilkins shows us, two sources tell NBC News that proposal could come this week.
For a third day, hundreds of thousands of protesters have taken to the streets of Israel after the discovery of 6 murdered hostages, sending a message to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to end the war and free the living hostages. A message echoed today by former Hamas hostage Aviva Segal, whose husband Keith is still being held.
I believe that Bibi Netanyahu is killing the hostages. And too much for this whole country to handle. And that's what you see. The people have had enough.
Some 250 hostages were taken on October 7th from Israel after the Hamas attack. It's believed fewer than 70 remain living in captivity. Hamas has taken responsibility for the 6 recovered over the weekend, saying they've instructed captors to kill if rescues are attempted. Yesterday, Netanyahu apologized for the killed hostages, saying, "I'm asking for your forgiveness that we did not manage to bring them back still alive." Then doubled down on why it's important for his troops to block Hamas's weapons supply on Gaza's border, a foothold considered a key block to cease fire. President Biden and his top aides have led negotiations between Israel and Hamas for months. Yesterday, Biden bluntly expressing his frustration with the agreement process.
Do you think he's doing enough?
No.
Frustration echoed by those familiar with ongoing talks.
No matter how hard the United States pushes, Hamas doesn't want a deal. This Israeli government doesn't want a deal.
In the middle of failed negotiations are families mourning their dead.
My sweet boy, finally, you're free!
And others praying for safe returns. The path to peace for either still not clear. From Washington, Tracy Wilkins, NBC News.
It is expected that Prime Minister Netanyahu may face investigation at the end of the war for his government's failures in the October 7th attacks. Some critics accuse him of continuing the war to avoid that. While as NFL fans eagerly await the season's start, all eyes are on the Eagles' unique season opener Friday. Pay attention here. The Philadelphia Eagles will begin their season abroad, taking on the Green Bay Packers in Brazil. That's scheduled at 8:15 p.m. Now, fans, please listen to this. The game will be broadcast exclusively on the streaming service Peacock. CoastTV has no decision on if this game could have aired on our station, which it is not. Still to come, Clear the Shelter is the last big push to adopt dogs and cats in a current promotion.
And take a look at how the temperatures will be falling into the 50s for tomorrow morning, starting at 57 degrees. Then we'll slide into the 60s and 70s throughout the day, but we're not concerned about rain. But that fall chill is a real thing, Maddie.
How a lingering hotel strike could affect you. That story is up next.
When MAGA extremists took away our rights, Kyle Evans Gay took action. Kyle fought for her daughters and ours in the state Senate, delivering the strongest abortion protections in Delaware history.
She took on the NRA to ban assault weapons and protect our communities.
Led on securing our vote and our democracy.
I'm Kyle Evans-Gay, and I'm running for Lieutenant Governor because a new generation will champion reproductive freedom and fight for our families. Let's do this, Delaware.
Windsor Teak of Fenwick Island offers over 100 different teak tables, over 24 different extension tables featuring self-storing leaves. They come in 2 different heights, dining and counter, plus 2 different widths and 2 different shapes, oval and rectangular. Extension tables start at 66 inches long and go up to 138 inches long and can seat from 6 to 16 people. Plus, over 36 different folding tables. Our drop leaf folding tables can be used with 1 or 2 leaves up. When both leaves are folded down, you can store the tables in just 7 inches of space. The drop leaf tables come in 3 different heights, dining, counter, and bar. And come in 4 different shapes, oval, round, rectangular, and square. Don't forget to check out the non-folding tables, coffee and side tables, and buffet tables. Drop by our showroom and smell the teak. Or visit our website at windsorteakfurniture.com. And remember, teak lasts a lifetime.
Oh, porches. Hello, aren't you the guy I see on TV, the porch protection guy?
Yeah, I would say.
So they're made of marine grade materials that last for years?
Yeah, I would.
And they say I could use my porch all year round?
I think so.
And they keep the dirt, pollen, and rain and wind out? And the custom made right here locally?
They are.
I got to run, but it was really nice talking to you.
Well, it was nice talking to you too.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
Thousands of hotel workers went on strike to draw attention to post-pandemic work conditions they say are untenable. Workers at hotels from Boston to the West Coast to Hawaii are expected to wind down short strikes that started during the holiday weekend. But as Karen Kaifa shows us, they could ramp up in other cities.
After as many as 10,200 hotel workers at 25 hotels from Boston to the West Coast to Hawaii went on strike during the busy Labor Day weekend.
An industry like this should be offering adequate wages for people to only need one job to live.
At least 840 employees went back to work Tuesday. The strikes plan to last just 2 or 3 days, but make workers heard. Unite Here, the union representing hotel workers, says workers want more pay and a restoration of some practices scrapped during the COVID-19 pandemic, like daily room cleaning.
As those services remain cut, it makes the work harder for the workers that remain.
Affected hotels have stayed open, but with some service disruptions, which can have an impact even when strikes are short.
Groups may cancel or postpone their events. There's guests who may choose not to travel because the dining room is closed or the spa is closed, and those sorts of disruptive elements.
Sean Hennessy of New York University's Tisch Center of Hospitality says travel may be booming, but hotels and airlines and restaurants have faced the squeeze of inflation.
Things like wage rates, taxation, utility costs, food costs, those have all increased dramatically. And while the top line performance of hotels has improved, the bottom line is not screamingly good, if you will.
Hilton and Hyatt are among the hotel chains that have seen strikes this week, and both have said they are committed to reaching deals with a union. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
According to the American Hotel and Lodging Association, the U.S. hotel industry employs about 1.9 million workers right now, but that's almost 200,000 employees short of pre-pandemic levels, putting an extra strain on the existing workforce. If you're looking to adopt a pet, now is the time at Humane Animal Partners in Rehoboth. Dog fees are down to $50, $25 for cats. That's now until September 10th. At the Brandywine Valley SPCA, there are promos of its own, concluding with the Clear the Shelters Day this Saturday. That's when all fees are waived.
As we take a look at your Bay forecast, Wednesday and Thursday, not a problem, but we're waiving the dry weather for Friday because that's when we're watching out for scattered showers to begin to sneak into our territory. Your full forecast coming up next.
18 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
Governor Carney trusts Bethany Hall Long to be our next governor. As Lieutenant Governor, Bethany fought to protect abortion rights, passed an assault weapons ban, and made historic investments in education to improve our schools. That's why she's been endorsed by the Delaware Democratic Party. And why Governor Carney said Bethany has the right experience to be our next governor and the vision to build a bright future for all Delawareans. On September 10th, vote Bethany Hall Long for governor.
Cancer will make you wake up real quick. You get in touch with your mortality. You really do. I just wanted cancer to be removed. And if robotics was the best way, let's get it done. I arrived at BB at 9 a.m. I was walking back home at 4 p.m. That stood out, that I could have major surgery and be home in less than 8 hours later. Robotic surgery worked for me. It really did. It's changed my life.
Join us for the Kickoff to Savings sales event going on right now at Preston Ford. Get $12,000 in savings off MSRP on select 2023 Ford F-150s. Save $9,000 off MSRP on a new 2023 Ford Bronco Badlands. These are just some of the deals. Explore a huge inventory online at PrestonFord.com. With over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles on the lot, we're sure to have the perfect vehicle for you. Preston Ford, located at the corner of Route 318 and 331. Remember, cars cost less in Preston.
The beauty is hard to miss at Ocean City's premier golf course, Eagles Landing. Overlook the Sinnapunxent Bay's salt marshes and enjoy the unspoiled beauty of Assateague Island National Seashore. Eagles Landing offers 5 sets of tees, making the course playable for beginners and challenging for most skilled golfers. And the Caddyshack Cafe and Pro Shop ensure golfers have everything they need. Find our best rates at eagleslandinggolf.com. Eagles Landing, upholding the tradition of the game.
NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on CoastTV.
Now, truthfully, we are winding down to the summer season going into the fall, but it is a little early to be experiencing temperatures in the 50s for tomorrow morning. I know you didn't catch that, so I'm going to say it one more time. In the 50s tomorrow morning. So now you know to wear your long sleeves. And I have a coworker that's going to get her winter coat, but she's from way down south near the equator, so this is really cold for her. All right, so in Lewis, we're at 72 degrees, courtesy of our tunnel and razor camera. Winds are out of the north and still staying calm. Now, a combination of things are helping for it to feel that much cooler. First of all, we have the light winds and coming out of the north and the clear skies, and we will stay clear for tonight as we drop to 66 degrees. Generally speaking, we still have some breezy conditions along the beach, so it's a little blustery along the beach. Why? We have a small craft advisory from Lewis all the way down towards South Bethany until 8 o'clock for this evening. Could be extended a little bit longer because as we kind of look around in some other areas from Ocean City down to Chincoteague, the small craft advisory is extended until 10 o'clock. And then when we flip over here on the other side, the small craft advisory is going to go until Wednesday noon for the folks that are in the Cambridge, Tillman, Hudson, and Taylor's Island area. So when we talk about a small craft advisory, that also reaches all the way down until Thursday for Broadwater down towards, I'm not even going to try this name. You guys just look down there, okay? It means we're looking for 25 mile per hour winds. Generally speaking, we have high pressure in place, and with the dominance at high is bringing in the winds coming out of the northeast. And so it's a cooler breeze whenever we feel it. It's clear, and we're looking light. So today we had a low of 60 degrees. We're going to clock the 50s for tomorrow. We are currently at 75 in Redden, 72 in Seaford, Georgetown, Milton, and 69 Bethany Beach. We've had a 9 to 10 degree drop in temperatures right now from just 24 hours ago. We've been falling and we continue to fall. Even out in the water, temperatures have dropped just a smidge as well into the 70s off of the coast. Listen, if you're going to be shopping, remember, we're going to be in the 70s for tomorrow, but that's it. Stores open, 71. Stores start closing, back into the 60s is where we will be. So winds out of the northeast. We're still looking for partly sunny skies in the mid to upper 70s for us throughout Sussex County. 77 really over towards Cambridge and the Vienna area. And we're looking for 77 generally for our south. You see, for Wednesday morning, we have the 50s, and not just a few places, but most places inland. Along the coast, not so much. The closer you are to the water, the more you're going to escape that. Now, for Thursday, everybody's going to be in the 60s and 70s. So we're going to be much warmer for us in the morning time for Thursday. So, recapping. The chill gets real for the night because we dropped to 56, okay? I've told you 4 times, so you know it's going to drop to the 50s. Tomorrow, 75, and then we're looking at 77 for Thursday finally. Here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling Extended Forecast. Still, Maddie, I'm calling for rain on your Friday and Saturday, but still, Maddie, I'm saying it's going to be sunny on Sunday.
That, Paul, thank you. Daytime maintenance on the downtown Salisbury parking garage began today. A city spokesman says crews will be working on the Circle Avenue garage from 8 to 6 the rest of the week. During that time, some parking spots won't be accessible. Traffic flow will be changed, so plan ahead. The city says the work is needed for the long-term viability of the garage there in Salisbury. Coming up this weekend, the Shore Living Expo. The event celebrates health, wealth, and home on Delmarva. As you can see on your screen, it's happening Saturday, September 7th at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Coming up on the Delmarva Sports Network tonight at 8, you can watch the Berlin bathtub races. At 10:30, you have the final score. On DSN Plus, several exclusives you don't want to miss. Happening right now is Kent Island at Parkside Football. Then also at 6:30 tonight, you have Aspira at Sussex Central, boys soccer in action. Still to come on Coast TV News at 5, if you like to shop at Costco, you'll have to open your wallet. We'll tell you why next on Coast TV News at 5.
From gentle ocean breezes to small country towns, Sussex County has it all. That's why you need a real estate company that is familiar with it all. Mann & Sons offers decades of experience throughout Sussex County. Whether it's helping you purchase your forever home or find the perfect vacation rental at the beach. Trust our experience. Trust Mann & Sons.
For over 30 years, the difference is clear. Mann & Sons Real Estate.
This weather's brought to you by
Mann & Sons Real Estate.
When you're close to the land and the sea, you can taste the goodness. The historic Lewis Farmers Market brings farms closer to tables. Meet the growers, talk to the people that milk the cows, and pick the perfect peaches. Organically grown fruits and vegetables, sustainable meats and eggs, A2 dairy products, artisan breads, and fresh local seafood.
The historic Lewis Farmers Market is in the park every Saturday from 8 to noon and at Crooked Hammock Brewery every Wednesday from 8 to 11:30 a.m.
Hurricane season is here, which means power outages can strike anytime without warning. Don't get caught in the dark. Let the expert electricians at FH Fur install a Generac whole home standby generator, keeping your lights on, your family connected, and your home safe, no matter what. Call FH Fur today and get $1,000 off. Plus, for a limited time, we'll include a whole home surge protector absolutely free. When Mother Nature strikes, it's too late. Stay powered, stay safe with FH Fur.
877-GO-FUR. FHFur.com.
A legacy is earned with generations of proven reliability, standing tall through the test of time, leading, innovating to build the best vehicles with the best value. Because the greatest memories begin with the journey.
This is my legacy.
Toyota, let's go places.
Son, your house looks and smells great. I finally took your advice, Dad. Dry Zone was professional, fast, and reasonably priced. Just like I said. Yes, Dad. They fixed up our crawl space, so no more buckling, cracking, or musty odors. Like I said. Yes, Dad, like you said. Dry Zone. They're the oldest and the best. Just like you, Dad.
Protect your largest investment with Delmarva's local choice, Dry Zone, the oldest and the best.
Brought to you by Dry Zone, your local crawl space experts.
If you shop at Costco, you might want to know Costco has raised its membership prices for the first time since 2017. An annual membership is up from $60 to $65. The executive membership is up to $130. It was $120. The changes went into effect on Sunday, affects about 52 million memberships. It applies to new signups and renewals. Competitor Sam's Club raised its fees nearly 2 years ago. A viral TikTok trend is encouraging people to commit what amounts to check fraud. And it's all on video. Videos posted to the app show people getting so-called free cash from Chase ATMs by depositing checks made out to themselves for large sums of money. They can then withdraw as much as they can without exceeding that sum, leading them to believe they had tricked the system. Now, Chase says this glitch is actually a form of criminal check fraud. The bank says the issue has been addressed and warns people don't try it. Experts say when it comes to bank glitches, that's not your money, and when the bank figures it out, they're going to want it back. Workers at Boeing could be on the verge of a major strike. The aerospace developer and manufacturer's contract with about 32,000 union workers expires September 12th. A union leader says Boeing and workers are far apart on all of the main issues, including wages, health care, retirement, and time off. Boeing says it will continue to bargain with the union in good faith, and they're confident a deal can be reached. The company has been facing a number of other challenges, including deadly crashes, design flaws, and tanking aircraft sales. Coming up today is National Skyscraper Day. Not really any on Delmarva, but we'll tell you when the first skyscraper ever was finished next on Coast TV News at 5.
The Labor Day sale at Johnny Janosic is now extended. Get Delaware's guaranteed lowest prices, plus 0% APR financing for 60 months, or take an extra 20% off. The Labor Day sale ends Monday at Johnny.
No strangers here, just friends you've not met yet. With an outside patio and inside charm, Irish Eyes Pub and Restaurant Milton is a local's favorite on the banks of the Broadkill River. Irish Eyes Pub and Restaurant Lewis, gorgeous views, free parking, and the best happy hour at the beach, with room for everyone. And for a truly special event, go no further than the Lewis Room at Irish Eyes. The panoramic views, in-house chef, and professional team will make it easy to plan your next event. Find out more at irisheyespub.com.
It's Macy's Labor Day sale with our lowest prices of the season, like the Radley Sectional $24.78 and the Hedworth Queen Bed $6.74. Plus, don't miss great financing. Today at Macy's.
What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable raccoon? Attack.
Bark!
Attack. It's not easy taking out the trash. That's why you need strength that's anything but ordinary.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
In Delaware, a family earning $67,000 a year pays the same tax rate as one making $67 million. I'm Matt Meyer, and you don't have to be a former math teacher to know that's an outrage. As governor, I'll make the super wealthy pay more in taxes so working people can pay less. By making state taxes more fair, we'll help more families get ahead. It's not just smart math, it's the right thing to do.
Democrat Matt Meyer for governor.
Welcome to Beach Barrels. No matter where you're from, everyone is a local. Fun times and good vibes await with a wide variety of craft brews, plus our award-winning Primo Hoagies made fresh daily. Dance the night away at the best live music venue in Ocean City. And there's never a bad seat to catch your favorite sports team. Dine in or relax on our outside deck with comfortable seating and beautiful palm trees for a cozy, tropical atmosphere. Beach Barrels open 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. at 132nd and Coastal Highway.
It's time to take your outdoor living space to the next level. Shop the Labor Day Outdoor Sale at Johnny Janosic and get 0% APR for 60 months or take an extra 20% off. Don't miss the Labor Day Outdoor Sale at Johnny Janosic.
Today is a National Skyscraper Day. It's a day to honor the beauty and engineering expertise behind the tall buildings seen in cities around the world. And did you know the world's first skyscraper was finished in 1885 in Chicago, Paul?
Oh, well, congratulations to the Windy City on being the first, all right? Ken Tyndall, Casual Furniture Camera, and Laurel. I don't see a skyscraper here, but that's okay. 72 degrees, and we're going to drop down to 63 by 8 o'clock. Keep in mind, we do have a small craft advisory around the peninsula, so it's going to be breezy on the beach. Finally, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling exclusive 10-day forecast. Still calling for that rain on Friday and Saturday.
All right, Paul, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. Inside Edition is up next, and we'll see you later for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great night.